Hey everyone, it's Mary Ann at Akashic Inspiration, and today's oracle card reading comes from the wisdom of Mary Magdalene. And this is the second part because I just uploaded a video regarding all the messages that I was given through the Akashics, and this is the reading that goes with that message. I actually pulled them for myself, but I'm going to go ahead and share it with you. Today's such a beautiful message from the I Am Presence. And I just, the messages that come from these cards are so profound and so beautiful. The first one that comes out, and this is the same one that I got during my full moon reading, which is the visionary. And it's what I talked about in my blog today, and what came through the Akashics was this combination of the dark with the light, being that the I Am Presence is all of that. Let me see if I can get the words in there so I can give them to you. It says, let's see, the better? Right there. Mary said, I saw the Lord in a vision, and he said to me, how wonderful that your attention on me did not wander. For where the mind is, there is also the treasure. And this is from the Gospel of Mary. What comes to me from this card is this complete rapture that she has on her face, that she's surrounded by darkness and she's looking inwards at this inner wisdom, this inner light. She's seeing and hearing the divine speaking to her. And he's in the quote, it's that she's not lost her concentration, that she's completely focused and has clarity in her mind's eye of what the divine is trying to give to her, and that she's being inspired from outside and within as well. And it says a visionary is able to project thoughts into the future, seeing a mental picture of what they are dreaming. Others might call this person prophetic, magical, or even psychic. This figure appears to be in a state of bliss, perhaps entranced with a visionary, ecstatic awareness. We all have our imaginations and we all have our inspirations, but the visionary person is one who simply sees these visions. And this is really true about the Akashics. I see what is already there. And it's perhaps a time right now that we're going through these last few days of the new year to contemplate and see what, by going within to your heart center, what visions and what inspirations are going to be sent to you. Write them down, think about them, ponder them. There's no limits to anything that you can create in your vision. You can dream whatever it is that you want to dream. Be as specific as possible and reflect on what it is that you can do to bring your personal vision into being. The next message, such a beautiful message. And this is the Virgin, obvious here with the Sacred Heart of Mary. And it is the card of love. And it's, of course, the card of the heart. And the reading says, when Mary had said these things, she turned their heart towards the good, the gospel of Mary. And what she's talking, what the quote is talking about, is when Mary Magdalene went to each of the disciples, and she spoke about Jesus's love and encouragement after he was gone, and that they stopped all their bickering and all their fighting, and which, they went to their calling, which is to, teach about Christ. And a beautiful picture, because here her hands, her fingers are pointed to, this is where you have to be. This is where you have to look within your own heart and allow the divine flame to illuminate. She's kind of got like a glazy, she's kind of like staring off into the like space. So it's like she's really has that inner vision, looking within. She's not seeing what's outside. She's seeing what's inside. And of course, the beautiful golden halo of enlightenment. And The book says a little bit about, how are you listening to your heart? What is it saying to you? There could be like hidden aspects, but that you have to go within to your heart to have them be revealed to you. And you know, what are you doing of showing that love to yourself and to others? What are you being called to do to share in that heart's love? Um, are you being called to be a volunteer somewhere, or help someone, or give? How are you choosing to spend your time? What are you going to do with this new year, with this new phase of love and compassion that we are going to be living now? Um, I think it's really that's why these last few days are so important for you to be able to contemplate these things as to what it is that you want to do. The next card that came out is the faith card with beloved disciple, and you have John and Mary. You have it says here in the writing, but Mary Magdalene and John the Virgin shall be greatest of my disciples, and all those who understand the mysteries of those things that cannot be described. They will be on my right hand and my left, for I am they, and they are I. And this is really a big message for me today of the I am presence. And here we see it again reflected. It's because of their high states of consciousness and control over the physical that there is unity with them and with Jesus and the Master. So you have unity within disciples, unity within teacher and student, with the divine and yourself, with yourself, your soulmate, your twin mates, those who have soul connections to you on this plane. And it talks about how our needs and desires can change, and that some of those people that were closest to us are no longer that way, and they're going to be kind of leaving our sphere. And it's basically for you to choose, who is it that you want to walk next to on this path? Who do you want in your life? Who is positive? Who is supportive? Who is loving? And who of those people who may exhibit negativity or really are not supportive and loving of you? Um, do you really want to continue walking with them in your life? Do you really want that? You have to make the choice of nurturing yourself and loving yourself enough to make a choice of those that you want to have in your life now. And the last card, a beautiful message, is a love card, and it's the compassion card. And we have the lion and the lamb together. And it's the time you see all of these souls being called up to the light, all of these spectacular rays of the divine, and that in unity, through compassion, is how we're going to achieve it. And the saying says, Mary said, because my Lord, we are compassionate, not only to each other, but to the entire race of humanity, so that they may escape the violent rulers of darkness. And this gospel comes in and tells us about the complete knowing that there is no more darkness in our life because we are in the light. And that the image of the lion and the lamb, although they're completely, obviously, vastly different, but they can come together in unity and compassion and love. And that's the message for us now. These last few days has been the same. Those things which seemingly may not make sense going together, but they do, to create the new paradigm. And at an even greater, higher energy level than even we can imagine. That we need to have compassion and be non-judgmental, non-critical of others, but to have compassion and love in our heart to be able to help them and to help ourselves. Even though you may think someone has made a bad decision, that by not judging them and by being compassionate, because they've had some lesson to learn. So understand that they have gone through a lesson, or they're trying to learn a lesson, and be compassionate and loving in your support of them. And that this is how that humanity is going to move forward as well, stepping away from the darkness and into the enlightenment of the true compassion and the true love of the one that is waiting for us. Ah, lovely messages. I hope that you have enjoyed this. I know I still have some past life readings and some romance readings to post. I'll probably be working on those today sometime. So please bear with me. I know some of you have been patiently waiting, and they're coming. Just needed to be able to get up the energies. This is a really kind of complex time for me, and going profoundly into the records and getting these really spiritual and deep seated messages. And I'm glad and happy to share them with you. So if you would like to get a personalized reading, please check out my website at akashicinspirations.com, and you could go to my rates and services page to be able to have a choice of the different readings that I offer. I send you many, many, many blessings, much light and love. Namaste.